Good morning, Ray here, not that one. Well, it's a soggy start at London Bridge today after Storm Claudius dumped rain on us all day yesterday and high tides have pushed in, meaning a lot of the Broads are now on flood alert. Ruby's ready to go, but I'm not sure whether we'll even get to a wild camp tonight because everywhere just could be underwater. So we're here now. Let's go and have a look and see what happens. Fingers crossed. Yes, I hope you didn't have any flooding where you were. And yesterday's torrential rain, but then tomorrow it is supposed to be windier. Of course, I'll have a headwind trying to get back up the river. I have learned a few tricks about dealing with wind. Like Rogan, yeah. The best one is to find a wind hut and stay there. So this is my second time out with Ruby. Last weekend was my maiden voyage, and yeah, I was very pleased with her. But obviously I had virtually no gear in me at all, apart from some camera stuff. So this time I am loaded up quite a lot. But nothing that she shouldn't be able to handle, that's for sure. So yeah, so I'm interested to see how this is going to fare on a more of an extended trip rather than a couple of hours jolly. Taken me several weeks to get over my Swedish adventures. That did wear me down somewhat without all the canoeing problems, but also the van problems, and yeah, certainly wasn't the most relaxing holiday I've had for a while, but yeah, that's what I was there for. So, but yeah, but that's taken me. It's taken me a good number of weeks to even feel like back to normal. First weekend I didn't do anything, and then I was messing around with this, trying to get this finished for the next weekend. Then I went out on the bike packing, so yeah, obviously so worn out from Sweden, I decided to do a 260-mile bike packing tour of Suffolk. That was quite wise, wasn't it? Nowhere here to get out. Water levels are very high. So if I get down here and all the places I'm thinking of stopping the flood, then that's probably going to be turn around back to the car job, isn't it? Right, well, I've just paddled down to this spot. This is somewhere I've stopped before. and the main part of the bank is out of the water, but the trees where I normally sling my hammock is underwater through there, so that I mean really wet feet. And this really isn't my preferred spot because it's too cramped, so I'm going to carry on a bit further to another spot. I'm just happy to see that this is actually sticking out of the water a bit, so that at least it's looking a little bit more hopeful for where I'm going to head to. So fingers crossed. I have reached the spot I had in mind to camp, and I am standing on sort of dry land. It's a bit soggy, to say the least. Let me just call her a bit. Yeah, it's a bit soggy, but the area I need to work in is good. Now, if you've seen any of my previous stuff, you may recognise this space. I have camped here before, and it was a bloody marvellous camp. So I'm going to be stringing a hammock up from that tree there to this tree here, right across. Break of tradition, I've brought my DD 3.5 multicam, so that'll give me a bit more cover. So what I'm going to try and do is get it set up and have some flaps down on the sides. Might even be enough room to put Ruby under the cover tonight as well, keep her nice and dry. This weekend isn't so much about paddling. Well, it is about paddling, but not as much. I rather thought I might have a really nice camp and just unwind. I'm going to get the hammock set up and got no problem having a fire, because nothing here's going to catch light, is it? It's like as safe as houses, so I'm going to have a cracking fire. So, you know, being organised when it's wet is a lot more important than it would be ordinarily. Right, there we are. Let's give it a half hitch in the bolt. I think that'll do. Yeah, that's solid. Okay, yeah, that's the position. I'm not hiding up on purpose, but this is all essential works. Right, what I really need is I want to try and get something up there. Oh, he's only done it first time. Right, so I'm just going to tie these corners down and I'll just pull those out and see what they look like. I think, see what looks good. Yeah, I think I'll just pull it down like that. Actually, I think that'll do. The loop on there, because this one's in the water again. Yeah, this is really well sheltered, this spot. Is I'm going to put the kettle on and have a nice coffee. Luckily I brought some gas, quick and easy, to have the fire just in front of the tarp, so that doesn't get too hot, because it might be quite a big fire tonight. But this will give me just a nice bit of room to manoeuvre around. His feet have sunk into the mud. I shall probably be quite close to the ground anyway. God, these things are always bloody tight, aren't they? That's it. Right. That's the awkward one. This was a rather cheap one off Amazon, but while it still works, I don't see any point in changing it. So, got to try and economise where you can. It's a bit of a laugh, isn't it? The amount of money I spend on bloody gear is ridiculous. But there we are. Oh, look what I've found. I've just found a Tyler's coffee bag. What about that? What's the chances of that happening? Here we go. Right. My only gripe is you always lose gas once you're trying to get them going. But get something to light. Right, I promise you later on, you're going to see some bushcraft. I don't normally do tons of bushcraft. Often, some of the things I've been doing, I haven't always had the time, but I can do a bit of bushcraft. I have a few skills. Hopefully I can demonstrate some of those tonight. We will see. Oh, I'm looking forward to having a coffee, I can tell you. It does rather feel like I've been out for a long time, but I haven't. Right, so we'll start using that as the rubbish bag, I think. I think it's time to start getting the hammock set up. It's a very damp day, and yeah, that's made it very cold actually, so cold and damp. You can see I've got a tension, the point in the middle there, it's coming off there, up onto that tree, down to here. It's this junction where I'm hanging my palm PFD at the moment, but yeah, I'll put various cords across now just to tension it all up in every direction. And similarly at the back there, that's picked up, and I've managed to bend down a thin branch, so that's keeping the tension on that. That should keep the water at bay. I do like these straps just to wrap around the trees. Always work rather well, I find. The other thing I like is the whoopee slings. Once you've got your head round how to adjust them, they are actually rather good. Now we've got it on the run, so as long as you've got it in the right place. I know these trees are quite a long way apart, so I'm going to pull these right out. And we can always tension them up in a minute. So, got a carabiner on the end. The carabiner also does a nice job to make the water, make a nice water drip. So I'll pull this lot out. One wrap around this lot. So yeah, just literally just pull this cord and then that tensions it up. Let's try that out for size. Oh, that feels like a nice height. So I've got the pipe dream 400 in there. I've got my DD under blanket on, which I think I'm going to really need tonight. Got my DD frontline hammock in the multicam, and obviously the 3.5 metre square. It's looking like it might be a bit of a cosy night. If it gets windy, I can always just pull these down tight on this side, which will really cocoon me in if I need to. But we'll see. We'll see. But for now, that's set up. So I'm just going to move the canoe to the back, tidy up a bit. And then I think that's going to be pretty close to getting a fire on, because I am bloody freezing at the moment. It's so damp and cold here. That's the only problem with the Broads in the winter time. It's not the warmest place, but you can't have everything. Look at this, look. Oh. If it stays like this now, that'll be great. There has been a surprising number of bloody boats. But there we are. Such is, this Ruby, look, having a nice rest. Yeah, I had quite a bit of water in it, so that should have hopefully have all drained out. So I'm now going to pull that behind the hammock. And it should be nice and cosy. Right, I think this is possibly where bringing your own big bag of dry wood is going to be an absolute godsend, because I wouldn't fancy trying to gather anything which is going to do any good. So I also chucked in my bag of tinder as well. I'm sure there'll be something which will work. Oh, some nice dry birch bark. What about that? Bonus. Right, we'll scrape some of that up. All we need now is my Lars felt bushcraft knife and we should be away with it. I don't think there's any danger of setting fire to anything somehow tonight, because everything here is absolutely saturated. So we'll just give that a little scrape and then we'll see what happens. Where's my sparker? Here it is. Right. Oh, look at that, and we're off. And we're off. Just needed a little encouragement. A little bit more. Just to make sure that it all takes off. Right, and this stuff here, this always goes. Hundred-year-old willow laughs. Right. Don't look now, Ruby. Here's some of your cedar. Oh, cedar strips. I'm sure that'll burn well. Ooh, there's a bit of ash there. That should throw a bit of heat out. Oh, you can already feel the heat. Oh, this is beautiful. I wonder which way the smoke is going to go. Yes, I wonder. Hopefully it keeps going that bloody way. It reminded me of Sweden. Campfire. Bushcraft TV. Oh, that's nice to have a fire. Oh. Lovely. Can you feel the warmth? Oh. Time to see what we've got in the goodie bag. Right, well there's bacon, tomatoes, feta and mushrooms in there. And there's some eggs somewhere, so that's breakfast tomorrow. I shouldn't really, but I couldn't resist bringing a little something to drink as a way of celebrating Ruby's first multi-day trip. That's my eggs, also for breakfast. So in here we have a potato, tin of peas, something for later on, and some steak. So this is what we're going to be eating. Give it a few stabs. And what I'd like to do is just to put a little bit of oil on it. And give it a little rub. Now I want to douse it with some sea salt. Right, we'll wedge him in there because we want him to be doing, it's going to be the longest thing to do. I've even bought a reasonable slab of butter to go on the potato. Yes, so my breakfast is suspended there, so hopefully nothing will be able to attack it. This reminds me of when I was in Sweden and I opened the door on that hexagonal hut down at the end of Lake Rogan and saw the wood burner and the massive heap of wood. It was like, oh, guys are here again. So it's nice to be bloody warm. And this wood bag has seen a lot of better days. This is, yeah, that's going to get, oh, I recognise that. Oh, do you recognise that? This one. That's an offcut of Ruby's gunnel. Oh, look at that. Alright, it's on the fire now. Sorry, Ruby. Oh, well, so far it's... yeah. Right, I'm sure it won't be anywhere near done, but I'm just going to have a little check on the... just a little check on the old potato and just see what's occurring in here. Yes, still got a hard middle, so let's park them back in there. Which will be a lovely end to the evening, even if it is 4:30. Ridiculous. The potatoes done, or shall we say burnt. I like my potatoes well done, so that's a bonus. Right, still trying to fight my way into the steak at the moment. There we go. A nice Wagyu, as always. Salt and pepper. I can hear the owls. The owls are out in force. Oh look, Marge! That guy on the telly's just thrown a perfectly good steak in the fire. Don't panic, Marge, it'll be alright. Some nice pepper on it, especially. And we're all good. Peas are chundering away nicely. I don't want those peas to boil too much. We don't want to spoil them. As you can see, it has got rather dark in a hurry. So when you're doing this, you need to make it sure it cooks enough before you lift it off, and then the fat off the steak should mean that all the embers will drop off. Most of them. Might have to do a little scrape. I just want to keep this alive while I'm eating my tea, so that I can then use it for the dessert. I'm quite excited about the dessert, as you can probably tell. I'm sure a slab of butter will improve things. Not forgetting the peas. The tin is quite warm, surprisingly enough. My, what a lot you get in a tin. Oh, I suppose they could be enhanced with a little slab of butter as well, as I've got some left. Right, let's get the steak. Now, oh, bloody! I tell you, that's bloody hot. That. Oh, there we are. Oh. Am I looking forward to this? Or am I ever? Right. Oh. I think it'll probably be rather cruel me sitting here and expecting you to watch me eat this one. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to turn off. Oh. Wow, well, that steak was fantastic. Potato wasn't bad either, surprisingly enough. It was a little bit hard in a couple of places, but generally it was acceptable. So what I need to do now is to get a few more embers here, less in the frying pan. There we are. But, you know, all this stuff adds flavour. Not so sure about the red ember. Come out, right? Because this is the secret sauce for my dessert. Anybody guess what I'm doing yet? I've got my pot of Huel, or have I? Maybe, maybe not. Let's see how hot the pan is. Didn't get much of a sizzle, did it? Right then. Oh, that's got a bit of a sizzle to it. We do need a good sizzle for what is about to happen in my pot. Here we go. Oh, he's only got pancakes. Oh, ho, ho. Remember, the first one's always a disaster, so
Pancakes and some lovely red cherry topping filling. Oh, this is going to be beautiful. Got the spatula out. Oh, I can't tell you how good this is going to be. This is going to be absolutely bloody lovely. Now, do I cook them all and then dollop that on top at the end? Or do I eat them one by one? That's decisions. Decisions are very difficult. Right, I think that'll be done now. Oh, yep, I'm not a tosser. I like to flick. Of course, when you can see, God, bloody hell. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's have a bit of fanning action here. Let's get things stoked up a bit while we can. Won't be able to do that in a minute because we'll be getting all hot ash on the pancake. Oh, look at that, that's a beauty. And it's the first one, and it's not terrible. It's usually the law. The first pancake's usually a disaster. Oh, that's a beauty. Look at that, perfect. Oh, just the way that Nana used to make them. Oh, yeah, I'm not really looking forward to eating these. No. Come on, doesn't everybody get excited when it's pancakes? I bet you do. Maybe only in February, but never mind. You can have pancakes anytime. Luckily, I've got the best non-stick pan. Watching pancakes cook, I bet this is the most entertaining video you've seen yet, isn't it? Obviously through the haze of smoke. You don't get this sort of stuff on every channel. I may edit it a little bit. I think I might get a full house. A full house. 4 perfect pancakes. Yeah, my cherries are gently bubbling, so I think they're warm enough. The only problem I can see is that I have a load of pancakes and some very runny cherry sauce, and this hasn't got a very deep rim on the edge of this plate. So it could be a bit of a disaster. Oh, look at that one. I love it when they're a bit spotty like that. Oh, right, this is it. This is the lasty one. It's going to be a bitzer. Come on. There's got to be a bit more left in there. Get a few crispy bits around the outside. The only thing I'm disappointed about is I didn't bring more bloody pancake mix. It's only 4. There's only 4. Best not to be greedy. Right, chuck that on. And the last bits of wood. There we go. What's happening over here with Cherry Baby? Well, that's bubbling away. I don't think I'm going to grab hold of it. I think I'll better sit down first. Otherwise, it could all be a bit of a disaster. Now, how mean will it be of me to make you sit and watch me eat all of these? I think you might have the last laugh in a minute. I think I might just try just a dribble of sauce first. Oh, blimey. Oh, look at that. Oh, blimey, that is good. That is good. Oh dear. Anyone remember when you used to be able to go to a little chef and get pancakes there with, I think that was cherry sauce. I do remember they were very nice. I do think these are some of the best pancakes I had for a long while. I haven't had any pancakes for a long while. This is living, isn't it? You know, roughing it on the riverbank. It's shocking, really. some nice hot cherries out there. Oh, bloody hell, bloody tin is hot. Jesus. Look at that, oozing out, oozing out. Well, that's not been a bad day, has it? All things considered. Been a bit damp, but there's just an awful lot of sauce and not that many cherries by the looks of it. The trouble with these is the fork and the spoon are at opposite ends. Not, not ideal. God, bloody hell, that's hot. Did I mention how good these are? Absolutely lovely. That was an inspired idea. Can I force down the last few mouthfuls? Oh, this is a struggle. Hope I don't live to regret it. That's it, all the pancake gone. Oh, alright, I think that's me. Yeah, this is the last hurrah for the fire. All the wood is on there now, so there's none left at all, it's all gone. I was tempted to throw the extra bag on as well, but I thought that might be a bad thing to do, so I mean, that was quite a large bag and that was absolutely crammed full. It's surprising how much wood you can consume having a fairly simple fire. Well, this is nearly it, isn't it? I'm sure it's probably the unearthly hour is probably 6 o'clock, I won't be surprised. 17:59, it wasn't far out, was it? Yeah, so what am I going to do for the next 4.5 hours? Eating my food, fire's gone, drunk my bottle, the cider. Probably have one more coffee perhaps. When the fire dies down a bit, we'll better get that torch out, the old Ruben X4, and have a play with that. Well, that has been a reasonable day really. It's, I was in two minds, whether to even bother, to be honest. The forecast wasn't great, and obviously after all my canoeing experiences in Sweden, I weren't, desperate to go out in a canoe, not to be honest. But now I'm here, I'm glad I have, because it is nice to. And I was sweating a bit about the water levels. If this bit was unsuitable here, that would have been it. It would have been straight back to the car, clearly. But I'm glad this is set up. So I've had a nice fire, had some nice food. So it's not been a bad day all in all. But no, I'm pleased I'm here, and that is quite a nice relaxing thing, being out somewhere like this in nature, doing nature stuff. Yeah, it's lovely actually. I've already heard quite a lot of bird life. There's been quite a few owls kicking around, there's been geese squawking. I'm sure during the night I will be hearing a lot more. So it'll be a long night. I'm not planning on doing anything about getting up early in the morning. I'm just going to try and get in that hammock and just relax basically. I'm sure I'll wake up a few times during the night, but I might fall more soundly asleep, early in the morning, and I don't care if I'm in there till 9 o'clock, to be honest. It'd be nice to have a complete chill out. So it's nearly time to say good night, I think. To say good night and see you in the morning. Yeah. It's nice to have a little recap at the end of the day, isn't it? Just think about what you've done and all the stuff to be grateful for, and that was a bit miserable early on, but this afternoon. Well, later this afternoon weren't too bad. The rain stopped. Could be a hell of a lot worse. Right, well, bottoms up. That's gone. Okay. I don't know if you can even see me, but I will see you in the morning.